I'm Irene Harrison from the Vic High class of 55.
And I'm Solomon Lindsay from the Vic High class of 2016. It's our honor to tell you about another illustrious Vic High alumni, Stuart Smith. Stu is a particle physicist, and to say that everything he's touched has turned to gold might be an overstatement, but only slightly. A brilliant student and a gifted athlete, Stu has done it all with gusto. Stu was born June 28, 1938, at St. Joseph's Hospital on the edge of downtown Victoria. His home for his first few years was here, at 742 Transit Road in Oak Bay. With no kindergarten back then, he attended Miss Ashdown's nursery school across the street. His father was an investigator for the BC Securities Branch, and when he was promoted in 1942, they moved to Vancouver's Kitsilano area. They moved back here to Victoria in September 1946 when his father was appointed Deputy Superintendent of Brokers, and Stu then attended Cloverdale and Beacon Hill elementary schools. The family eventually moved to the Fairfield area, and Stu went to Sir James Douglas. There, he spent just 2 weeks in grade 4 before becoming a skippy, which, back then, is what we called students who skip a grade. Stu went to Central Junior High before enrolling at Vic High. The 1955 Camosun yearbook says of him, he was popular with everyone: senior rugby, student council executive, Alpha High Y, basketball, volleyball, and honors student. He was introduced to rugby by teacher Laurie Wallace and became good enough by grade 12 that he was invited to join the Oak Bay Wanderers team. It was during this time that he fell in love with minor lacrosse, which was played at Stevenson Park near Vic High under the tutelage of Doug Fletcher, a Victoria lacrosse icon. Stu played 5 seasons for Victoria Junior Shamrocks, reaching the Minto Cup National Championship Series twice. In 1959 and 1960, he played for the senior Victoria Shamrock team. After 2 years of Victoria College, Stu went to UBC, where he roomed with Tom English, Bob McKee, and a law student named Lance Finch. Lance also lived here in Victoria for a time, and went on to become Chief Justice of the BC Court of Appeal. In 1961, Stu joined the Vancouver Carlings lacrosse team, which won the Mann Cup Canadian Championship that year. One of Stu's fondest memories was of goalkeeper Don Hamilton getting the only shutout in Mann Cup history.
But enough about sports. Stu was academically superb. In his grade 12 year, he won the prestigious Governor General's Medal, symbolic of being the top student in the province. He still fondly remembers his teachers, Miss Van Engel in German, Miss McQueen in French, Miss Sargent in History, Miss Cameron in Math, Mr. Hartley in English, Mr. Andrews and Mr. Smith in PE, and most of all, Mr. Doug Test Tube Wallace in Chemistry. It was Mr. Wallace's enthusiasm which led Stu to the world of science. In 1959, after graduating from UBC and winning the medal for highest standing in the Faculty of Science, Stu stayed on for his master's degree. Stu then had his choice of Princeton or MIT for his PhD. He chose Princeton. His reasoning? If it was good enough for Albert Einstein, it was good enough for Stu Smith. Smith's groundbreaking work included experiments on tests of quantum electrodynamics, on lepton pair production, and hadron structure functions. Does anyone know what any of these are? His major research interest for many years was the Babar experiment at SLAC, the Student Learning Assistance Center at Stanford. He won the 2011 W.K.H. Panofsky Prize from the American Physical Society for an experiment on rare kaon decays.
Here are some of his accomplishments: 1966 PhD from Princeton, 1990 to 98 Chair of the Princeton Physics Department, 1991 Chair of the American Physical Society Division of Particles and Fields, 1995 Scientific Team Leader of a 10-country, 600-scientist coalition, 2000 to 2002 Visiting Professor at Stanford, 2006 appointed Princeton's first Dean for Research, 2009 awarded an honorary doctorate of science by UVic, 2013, he took a new Princeton position, Vice President for Princeton Plasma Physics Laboratory. And now, here we are in 2016, where he currently serves on the board of directors for Brookhaven Science Associates and the Aura Management Council for the Large Synoptic Survey Telescope. He chairs the Experimental Advisory Committee at Snow Lab in Sudbury, and he's a member of the visiting committee for the MIT Physics Department.
Stu Smith's lengthy career is studded with firsts. Perhaps most significant, he was a key part of the team that found a stunning new example of asymmetry in nature that helps to explain why our universe contains stars, planets, and people, rather than nothing at all. From the class of '55 and all the way from Princeton, New Jersey, another amazing Big High alumni, Stu Smith.